friends, welcome back. My name is Caitlin and this is my little corner of YouTube where I talk about my cross stitching. Today we're going to do a WIP parade. I haven't checked in with you guys in a while, so this is a good opportunity to catch you up on everything I've been working on. And also, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by how many projects I have on the go. I'm glad I did Mania, it was so much fun, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. So my stash is a mess. I pulled everything out and I'm going to organize things today as we do this into piles based on things I want to prioritize for the rest of this year, things I want to prioritize next year, and then things that I'm going to put in timeout for a bit. I'm not going to UFO anything, but I am going to put some things in timeout because I think it's just easier mentally on me to do that. So they are in no particular order. I will give you the information if I have it about the bag and the needle minder and the floss and the fabric. And if not, and if I don't say what a color is or where something's from, just leave a comment and I will get back to you. Oh, hi buddy. Got a friend here. Don't play with that. Okay, so first up, there's nothing in this bag. This project bag, I can tell you, is from Diddly Daddle Designs, and I think it's obvious why I bought it. It's got a little fob here. Her bags are really cute. They're really well made. This one's covered in cat hair. And it's also empty. So I'll put that in the priority pile so I can put a project in it. Okay. Next, in my Margot bag. Aha. So this is a class I took with Carmen Broadway Stitcher, Debbie Stitch the Stash, and Braden, who doesn't have a floss tube. We took this class last December. It was run by Janice Note of the Noteworthy Needle, and the project is called Turn Turn. This is really cool, and so it's basically finished into this little pillow that you can turn to reflect the season. It's not actually as difficult to stitch as it looks. You just have to pay attention. Like, you can't fudge a counting error, otherwise it will throw off the finished project. So I think the last time you saw this, I barely had anything done, and since then I've done a lot. So this is where I am. I have finished the first page, so I'm more than halfway done. Excuse me, whatever you're doing over there. Thank you. Yeah. This pink color is super fun. It's a Weeks Dye Works bubblegum. So that's where I'm at on that. This, since I took this class a year ago and I really need to get it finished, and I'm more than halfway done, this is going in the End It's a Year of WIP, which I need to finish 5 more by, I think, December 11th to qualify for the drawing. I'm close on enough things that I'm going to go for it, but it's going to take some work. So this is going to go in the trying to finish by January 1st pile. Okay, next. A couple years ago, we went to Pennsylvania for 4th of July to a cabin with some friends. While we were there, we went to a really cool thrift store. The thrift stores in New York are so overpicked, and like, they're either like thrift stores that are actually expensive vintage shops, or they're full of junk. So thrifting here is actually not great. But I like when I go to smaller places to check out the thrift stores because there's usually a lot of cool stuff. Case in point, I found this partially completed Heart of the Country design that this woman had already, or man maybe, but this person had already started. It's called Maple Sugar. I haven't seen this anywhere on eBay or anywhere else. This is the only time I've seen this pattern. I think the last time you saw it, I really just had the cauldrons done. And I am stitching this 2/2 on a Silk Weaver colorway called Sudden Storm that I had them dye with less white than they normally would for me. So let me show you where I'm at. So I've gotten quite a lot done since you've last seen it. I've completed the mom. I've completed 1 out of 4 trees. There's a counting error somewhere in the cauldrons, which is why that section isn't complete, because I got fed up and decided I would come back to it later. So this is pretty fun to stitch. It doesn't have too many color changes. It's not too much back stitching. I'm not a big back stitching fan. Makes me think of home. Makes me think of skating on the canal in Ottawa, and like, if you're from Ontario, you'll know what I'm talking about, and if you're not, you're gonna think this sounds weird, but I used to, as a kid, you'd skate on the canal and you could stop. They'd have all these booths that would sell this treat that you can get at Sugar Bushes. It's basically like hot, fresh maple syrup that you pour on snow, and you like spin it in a popsicle stick till it hardens. And what is that you have? Twist tie attack. I was worried it was a needle or something. Yeah, so there's this like treat you can get that's basically hot maple syrup that you pour in the snow, and you use a popsicle stick to like twist around it really fast, and it turns into, as it cools and hardens, into this like maple syrup lollipop. Oh, great. That's what I think about all the time when I'm working on this project, eating syrup. So, yep, I am a Canadian stereotype. Okay, that is also going to go in the want to finish by the end of the year pile. Hello. Okay, next up in my Red-Headed Stitching Gnome bee bag. I won this bag at Retreat in the raffle. I love it. Her bags are so well made. They're gorgeous. This was my Retreat start. It is from All Creatures Stitched in Small, which is a Leisure Arts leaflet, which I think is still available on 123 Stitch. It is this design called Long Cat. I am doing a color conversion to try and make this cat look more like Elliot, because Elliot he arches his back and twitches his tail and shakes his butt all the time, and just the expression is like, so makes me think of him. So I'm doing a conversion. I'm not sure if it's working out yet. Speak of the devil. Hello? You want to go out? I was going to insert a picture of what he looks like so you could see what I mean, but there he is. So I'm not sure if the conversion's working, but in any case, that's what I've got so far. This is Whitewash by Weeks Dye Works, and I think the black colors they're like, it's coal and black coffee, I think, that I'm using together. I'll see when I put his face in whether or not it works out, or if it just looks silly. This one, I enjoy stitching on, but I'm less concerned about, since it's a new project, I'm not feeling pressure to complete it yet, so this is going to go in the next year pile. Okay, next, in the project bag I bought in Guadeloupe last February, or the February before that, I don't remember. Yeah, 2 years ago. This is from Just Cross Stitch. I think this is February 2017. When I still subscribed. 52. This is Parlor Treats by Mary Barber. I've already completed this one, which you've seen in past videos. I'm working on this one right now. Okay, this is where I'm at. Not that much left to do, although there is like a lot of back stitching in these. A lot of blends. This is on 36 count no, it's 32 count. Zweigart linen in, I think this is called vintage, blue vintage dot or something. The polka dot one. I think it looks really nice. There's a couple places in here where the polka dots are showing through the ice cream. I'm not too fussed about it. Looks okay. It'll look better when it has like a backing on it in the frame. This one, this is also a year of WIP. This is something that I think if I put some time and effort into it, I could maybe finish it before the end of the year. It's not that much left to, it's more than halfway done, so I'm going to put it in the try to finish by the end of the year pile. Okay. Next up, in a project bag, I tried to make myself using the Vana technique that was a bit of a fail because the seam's on the outside and the cats should be going this way, but I didn't know about directions and fabric, or I guess I didn't think of it. Anyway, so this, I think this was also a Mania start, Merry Christmas Santa. These Santas, they look simple, but they take a long time. A lot of color changes in them. It can be a little deceptive. Oh. Things tangled in here. Okay, this is how much I've got done, and I have 3 needle minders on it. Why? Not necessary. Those can go over here. So I've just started his head. Again, I think I talked about this in my finish parade, but I find it so frustrating with the Mill Hill kits with the brown paper. The B5200, I feel like just gets dirty no matter what you do as you pull through the holes. There's no way to keep it clean. You can't wash it. And can you wash it? You can't wash. You can't wash perforated paper, right? It will come apart. If you've successfully washed your perforated paper, please let me know, because I get so distressed by how grungy the white in these kits looks. This project is not a priority. I like Mill Hill kits, but they're slow going and I can only work on them at home because of the beads. And yeah, this is a next year focus. Next project, oh boy, is in this tiny project bag. So you bet it's gonna be wrinkled. This one's definitely in timeout. I haven't worked on this in over a year. This is my Heaven and Earth design project. It's Ekis Kabbalas, I think is the name of the design. Looks pretty good still. That's the nose of the horse. I think this is 2 or 3 pages. I haven't worked on this in a while because I think I just don't like full coverage. I'm going to finish this. I'm not going to UFO it. I just can only work on one full coverage thing at a time. And you'll see there's another one in here, and that's my full coverage focus, I think, for now. This is meant to be a gift for my mom. I will finish it eventually, hopefully. And I will never do something of this size as a gift for anyone again. I mean, like, I don't mind that I'm going to give this to my mom because when I can take it back. That sounds so horrible, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not finishing this and having somebody die and have their relatives put it in Goodwill. Nope. Okay, next. In my Elaine project bag. She makes great bags too. Love these beads. Okay, what is in here? So this has a couple Santas. So it has Gardening Santa, which I don't have a picture of, and Hockey Santa. Some of you probably don't know this, but I was a big hockey player in my youth. I played until my sophomore year of college. that's actually how I ended up in the United States. I was playing in high school in Canada, and a scout came to the rink and said, hey, Caitlin's parents, how would you like a free private school education for your daughter? And they said, yes, please, goodbye, and sent me to the States to play hockey. Again, I am a Canadian stereotype. Anyway, I am stitching this on, I think this is 28 count Irish linen by DMC. You can get this in Michael's sometimes. They seem to stock it kind of randomly. So over here I have Poinsettia Santa. This was also a Mania start. I stitched him in the called for flesh tone. I'm thinking with these Santas that I'm going to make them all different skin tones also. Look, I live in New York City, where there's a lot of people of a lot of different colors, and I feel like the cross stitch in my home should sometimes reflect that. So I've decided the Poinsettia Santa is maybe like, poinsettias are native to Mexico, so maybe he's from Mexico. So this was the called for flesh tone, but these patterns are super old, so I don't know if this is what that color of DMC looked like when they came out, because to eye it looks a little brown, but I was trying to make them brown, so that's fine. And then over here is where how far I've gotten on Hockey Santa, which isn't very far. These are going to go needle minders from Color and Cotton's Christmas mystery box one year. This is going to go into the next year focus pile, I think. You know, maybe I'll pull it out around Christmas for some Christmas stitching. Hi, babe. This is what happens. Like, my cats aren't interested in me until I put all my cross stitch out on the floor, and then they gotta be around. Okay, next. This is in my Steel Achalon project bag, which was finished by, this was my Stiach project from last year. And then I had it finished by Karen from So Much to Love, and she did such a good job. And honestly, if you have a stitch that you like, but you don't want to hang on the wall, but you really like it and you want to like do something special with it, send it to Karen. It's worth it. Hi. Oh, so this is, and here I have by Morio Blackburn, Three Things, which I started a couple years ago. This project's huge. I've worked on it a little bit since you've seen it last. Yeah, it's lost back in here. Stitching this on 40 count, I think Heritage by Picture This Plus, and this is how much I've got. A little bit of the border. It's a lot to go. I've had to frog this a lot. I tried to work on this at retreat, and it just really, again, there's so many. Why is there 3 needle minders on one project? That's why I can never find any needle minders. I brought this project to retreat, which was a step neck, which was a mistake because I had to frog it a bunch of times. Okay, that's gonna go in the, this is a year of WIPs, but obviously I'm not finishing this by December, so this is going in the, I'm gonna put this in the next year focus pile. Okay. Next, we're getting into the fancy project bags now. The ones that are Ziplocs that came with a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Okay, next, you guys have seen this before. This is my oldest WIP. This is my wedding sampler. If you're not familiar with the story, I started this before we got married, didn't finish it in time. Well, in time. I mean, in my head when I started it, I thought I would finish it. I started it in April. We got married in September. When I started it, I thought I would finish it, frame it, and use it as a guest book. Obviously, that didn't happen. Put it away for a while, and then later restarted it on linen. This is on 36 count Belfast and Silvery Moon 1/2. This is where I'm at. So I have the first page complete, that top bit with the flower. It's coming along. I really need to get this done. when I work on it, I don't mind working on it anymore. I used to really be bothered by the pattern. I'm used to it now. It just, there's a lot of color changes and I just need to take the time to work on it. Anyway, this is also going to go in the next year pile. Okay, next. This is a Mania start. Little House Needleworks, one more stitch. The light's changing fast. I love this one. Super cute. I think the last time you saw it, I had a little bit of the moon done. I've got a lot of it done since then. This I could reasonably finish fairly quickly. So this is where I'm at. So this is stitch 2/2 on, I think this is 28 count Sampler Gold by Color and Cotton, using silks I pulled from Dinky Dyes and Silks for You Oops bags. I don't remember any of their names. They're probably not accurate anyway. I love the blue color. It's super variegated. Let's see, should I put this in the, I suppose I could finish this by the end of the year, but there's already 3 things in that pile and I'm trying to keep it, I guess I'll put this in the next year pile. I could finish it by the end of the year if I worked on it and, you know, but there's already a lot of things in that pile. Let's be bold. Let's put it in the try and finish by January pile. And if I don't get it done, oh well. Okay, what's next? Aha! Here's a barely started back. What do you call them? Well, it's barely started anyway. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, Afternoon in New York. You've all seen this. Jessie Marie has finished this. A couple people have finished this. Oh, this is being stitched on. This is Mercedes by Picture This Plus. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, did I start this? I thought I did. Where? I know I started this in Mania. Where is the stitching? Oh, there it is. Oh, good grief. There it is. Well, it's probably the top. What is that? The top of the cloud? Okay. If I remember now, I started this in Mania, and that was like right when I was having my eye problem, and I couldn't see this fabric to save my life. We'll put this in the, since it's barely started, we'll put it in the timeout pile, I guess. It's gonna go in the timeout pile. I've got like nothing done on it. I will get to it eventually. Okay. Next. Aha! Here's another barely started BAP. This is, I don't have the chart in here with me, but you've seen it before. Maybe I'll put a picture in if I'm feeling sassy. This is Sweet Bears by Soda Stitch. I don't know which way this goes because this is all I have. Yep, that's it. Started this like 2 years ago and have not worked on it since. Okay, next. Mania Start, Heartstring Samplery, Rachel Holmes, 1842. It's hard to tell how pretty that is. Bye, Elliot. I think this is on khaki. Swigert 36 count khaki. Aha! Another Very dramatic start. Is that 10 stitches? It's probably one of those mania days where I was busy. Okay, next, here's another one I haven't worked on in a long time. I don't even have the chart in this bag, but you've seen it before. McKenna did it. This is Ink Circles, the birds and the bees. I'm stitching this 1 over 2 on, oh my god, this is 40 count. Picture this plus barnwood. I mean, look, this is gonna look super good when it's done, but I was being too cool for school, thinking the first time I tried 40 count would be a fabric this dark. Super dark. I'm using for it Dinky Dyes silk in the colorway Thread Bow, number 221. Which you can't tell the variegation so much from that small bit of stitching, but it's like this really pretty light blue and white color. I think I'm going to use this to finish my I'm going to use this for homework, I think, because this is probably the project. There's something in Magical Stitches homework, a project you haven't touched in the longest. I think this project's out here that I haven't touched in longer, but I'm considering them inactive. Like they're in the next year pile, like my Hayden, the Soda Stitch. So this one I don't think I can finish this year, but I can probably get a solid chunk on it if I keep it in rotation. And I think I'm going to use it. It fits a lot of the homework categories, so it's going to go in the this year pile. It is. I probably won't finish it, but what the heck. Okay. All right. Next up, this is a PDF, so I'll have to insert a picture here of what it looks like. This is Gingerbread Cat. This is a really pretty design, but holy confetti, also basically full coverage. This is what I have done. This is on Edinburgh 36 count in Gingerbread Delight by Silk Weaver. It's very sparkly. There's a mistake in there somewhere, and I don't know where it is. And I think I have to do a lot of frogging. So this one is going in timeout for a bit. Okay, next. This is, I think, also a Mania Start. Brenda Keys, the Sampler Company. This is called Sampler Story. I love this chart. It's a fun stitch, but it's enormous. Let me show you what I have done. 2 over 2 on, I think this is one of those Weigart Vintage. It's white. It's that white vintage color. Is there a sticker on it? No. If I figure it out, I'll put it below. Anyway, this is what I have done. So I finished 2 blocks. I finished the dog in the house, and then I finished these pious maids down here who are doing the single ladies dance. That's how you know they're pious, because they're doing the single ladies dance. I don't know what's in their hands. That's like either a candle or a rolling pin. Like, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe they're gonna hit Cupid with the rolling pin because they're pious and he's naked. I'm not sure that I'm using the word pious in the correct way right now. I'm gonna put this in the next year pile. I feel like all these big samplers I need to keep in rotation, otherwise I'm never gonna get them done. It's gonna go in next year. Okay. Next. What is this? Aha! Oh boy, this one's been, you've all seen this, you all know this. Cloud Factory's Fabulous Woman in History. It's been hanging on. hanging on and hanging on. I said I was going to finish this year. I didn't. I did do some work on it. I did like a block and a half. Started Amelia Earhart. Did Helen Keller. Finished Mary Curie. This is on 32 count. Another Zweigart printed fabric. The vintage blue. This is going in the gotta finish in next year pile. Okay. Ooh, fancy Ziploc. Actually, Ziploc brand. Hey. Okay, here's another one you've all seen that was a big hit at market a couple years ago, and everyone's finished it, and I haven't. Coffee Quaker. You'll know the story, right? I need to restart this because I hate the way it looks. Or I need to pull out a bunch. I don't know. What was I thinking with that red and orange? I mean, I know what I was thinking. I was trying to match our ugly blue, yellow, and red kitchen in our old apartment. And my tastes have changed. And this is just... Maybe if I just frog the yellow and the orange? I don't know. I'm non-committal about this one. It's been in timeout for a while. It's going to stay in timeout until I know what to do with it. Okay, next. Another Mania Start. This is a small one. Fragments in Time, 2017. Summer House Stitchworks. It's deer. You guys know I love a deer. And I love a flower, especially a giant flower. Haha. Oh, a lot done here. I think this is the bottom. That's it. Yep. 28 count antique white. I think I pulled my own colors for this. This is gonna go you know what? This is gonna go in the this year pile. No, that's crazy. I gotta challenge myself a little bit, right? No, I'll save it for... This is going to go in the this year pile. It's really small. I should finish this. I should not carry that into next year. It's like 50 by 50 and mostly blank space. All right. Next. What's in here? Aha! Oh, I can't show you this. This is a secret stitch. I can't show it to you at all. But because it's a secret stitch and it's going to be a gift, it should go in the this year pile. Summer House Stitchworks next year. Priorities. Okay, next. Meredith Marks Designs. Wales. This is also a gift. I don't like this chart. I don't like it. It's boring. And here, this like water swirlies, annoying. I keep having to frog them. And it's a gift, so I'm less interested in stitching it. Oh, but I got a fair minimum, blah, blah, blah. I've got a fair bit done. Okay. Was that 1 whale out of 3 done? All right. A little less than a third of a way. This is, what's up with these stitches here? Oh, these stitches that I left, like, not complete. All right, this is 32 count Lugana and Helix. Picture this plus. This has to go in the this year. This is a way overdue gift. Okay, we're almost done, which is good because my neighbors just came home. We have new upstairs neighbors. They're really nice. They're so much quieter and more considerate than our last neighbors. But there's only so much you can do when you live beneath people. The sound just carries. Okay, I have 2 WIPs left. This one you guys have seen for a while. This is a broderie.net freebie, ABC Forêt. I'll insert a picture here of what it's supposed to look like. And this is where I am now. So I'm not doing the alphabet part, so I'm very close to being done. I am not in love with this WIP. I am not super in love with how it's turning out, but I'm so close to completion that I just want to power through. I think I'm going to end up FFOing this as a pillow, with maybe some cool fabric around it. So, this is also a year of WIP, and I feel like since it's close to completion, this is going to go in the focus on this year pile. Okay, last WIP. I started this as a sal with Angela from Angela Stitches. I'm like, I haven't watched FlossTube in 6 months. I have no idea where she's at on hers, but probably farther along than I am. So this is Mirabilia Deco Spirits. This is my first Mirabilia. I love working on this. This is also full coverage, and this is the full coverage I'm concentrating on, and I'm not going to do any other full coverage until this one is done, including my hay. So, crinkle. It's still on the scroll frame. Let me show you where I'm at. Needle Minders by House of Ming. I have all these parked threads. I guess I can scroll it down so you can see the top. There we go. So I'm almost done with the first element, Earth. I haven't backstitched her yet. Doesn't it look really great? I love this. I love the Krynic, that teal color. Oh, I have to work on this again. Okay, that's it. That's all my WIPs. I didn't count. I don't know how many that is. Let's see, how many do I have in this year pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 WIPs in 6 weeks, as if that's not going to happen. But that feels, having 9 things out feels more manageable than having it all out. So I think I'm just going to keep those 9 things out and finish as many as I can. And I don't know, like 1 stitch at a time, right? Who says that? Somebody. I'm going to say goodbye for now and clean up this mess and get things organized. And then I have to get to stitching because there's 9 WIPs I want to finish before January. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming back after my long hiatus. And I am definitely going to catch up with you in December. I think it's good, even though I find these videos a little bit scary. And it's like hard to put yourself out there on the internet. I think it's good for me just to face that once a month. So I'm going to try and keep up with it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Neighbors are home. It's getting loud. My back hurts from sitting on the floor. I will see you guys in December. Stay warm. Bye.